All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Black Desert video. So today I wanted to answer one of the questions you guys have about underwater gathering and how to get more time and speed for, underwater gathering. So anyway, with that said, you guys have seen my other two-part video where I showed you all the gathering spots that I do. And yesterday from the login reward, everyone got one of those tailoring equipments, and I wanted to actually show you this one because it allows you to underwater breathe a little bit longer. So if you haven't already used it or have no idea what to use it on, consider using it for this if you plan on underwater gathering. Anyway, so let me show you how it works. So first of all, I have this coupon thingy, and then you get this bubbly diving suit from one of the quest lines, I believe, down in what is it, the Sea Palace thingy, somewhere around here. I believe that's where you get it, but I don't remember. I just kind of had it from a while ago. You click it, and then you convert it. So the bubbly diving suit right now it gives 30 seconds, and then after you use it, it gives 90 seconds plus swim speed, which is actually very nice. So you do that, and it's a little bit outdated. I think you can, at this point, people probably have two of them, I think, over time. So anyway, that goes into one of your pearl items, right? And I made a list of other things that I used. So first of all, there are a few outfits in the game that actually give swim speed, and it's kind of like the summer ones, so I don't know if they're on sale, but there's at least one of them. Whereas one of these two. So this one gives swim speed and then stamina consumed, which is always good. And then this one, I believe, is the same thing. So regardless, there's like the summer outfits. I could show you one that I have. This one, if you have a swim speed, like it's the shell bell, I think all classes can use that one too, which is swim speed bonus and less stamina consumed while swimming, which is always good. That's another 60%. And then if you combine the full outfit, it's a bunch more. So that one's always good. And then I believe that's a total of 105 just from the outfit. The next thing you can have is from your fairy. This one is a little bit less relevant because, there are more options to this one. Obviously, if you don't do underwater gathering, this one is completely irrelevant. So Tingling Breath 5 if you want to, plus 30 seconds. I would probably recommend skipping this unless you are dedicated to that because, I'd rather people not light money on fire trying to go for this one in particular. And then obviously if you have the diving suit, which we just talked about, it goes from 30 to 90 seconds. Believe it or not, that's actually a huge upgrade. And then underwater breathing and swim speed, that makes you go super fast. Next thing we want to talk about, I believe I have the crystals. I don't really use these because when I'm underwater gathering, I just use the life skill and mastery ones because those are the best in slot ones. But for people who don't have them, you could use 2 submergence crystals, which is 15 seconds, and obviously times 2 is 30. And then elixir of agile or agile seal elixir. That one's 30 seconds as well, or 15 seconds for the blue one. I believe 10 for the green one. But yeah, you could buy these off the market pretty cheap as well. I personally, don't gather much, but I just got this just for demonstration. And then let's see. What is this last thing I wrote? Oh yeah, there's a food you can use. I don't know if I'd recommend it, but if we're just talking about all the things that you could use for that, it's the hard-boiled shellfish, which is 10 seconds, or the blue one, which obviously just lasts a little bit longer. But realistically, unless you're doing dedicated gathering underwater, this is probably not worth it. You're better off just using your standard seafood cron for mastery and then XP and everything. But if you really need that 10 extra seconds, which I don't think you do if you already stacked all your other buffs, you'll be fine. So yeah, those are all the things that increase your movement speed and gathering time underwater. So those are always helpful. But if you were to do more going for XP or mastery route, You'd probably just use regular food, and then the elixir you could use if you wanted to, but most of the time you probably don't need that extra 10 seconds. But at least what I'd recommend is probably some sort of outfit that gives the swim speed, and then all the other combinations, that anything that gives more swim speed. Here's a big one that I just wanted to talk about, just because this one, you got it yesterday, assuming you logged in every day from the new year, at least on PC, NA, and EU. You got the equipment tailoring coupon, so I just want to show you how that worked. You could use it on the Bubbly diving suit, but anything else, like, you probably won't need the Amity much these days. That's something I hope Perlibus works on in the future, but it is what it is. So this one's probably the most useful if you have it. Just do the quest line. And yeah, so I'll leave a link in the description to the videos I did for the gathering spots. And probably the biggest one for coral gathering is under the Aquila Eye, just around here. And then from the, like, where you pick up the quest for your Salies, and around there, go under, gather over there. Otherwise, there's a bunch, like, near the Sea Palace as well, and then everywhere else in the ocean, obviously. But anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. Just want to say thanks so much for watching. In case anyone was curious, that's how you do it. That's how you stack underwater gather speed and movement. And with that said, that's all from me today. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. If you are planning on buying any pearls, A coins, or game package upgrades, there's a code below, and it's always appreciated, never required. That's all. See you guys later. Peace.